have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
A resource-based money-free economy is a production and distribution network that will supply all people free access to foodstuffs, healthcare, housing, education, communication and transportation. It will rely on voluntary labour, approximately 12 to 16 hours a week, and be controlled democratically on local and international levels. In short, it will end the reliance on consumer monetary market and be reliant on sustainability and available resources. It will eradicate poverty, economic slavery, and free all people from material insecurity.
If you really wish to put an end to war, poverty, hunger, territorial disputes, you must utilize all the world's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people.
If you lived in a free society where everything was free, all the food was free, the housing was free, everything's free, would you work for free?
Yes.
Yeah.
In a resource-based economy where production and automation can turn out more goods and services, there's no need to use money anymore.
We're asking people if they lived in a free society where everything was free, the food was free, the housing was free, education, would you feel like you wanted to work for free?
Yes. Yes.
A resource-based economy is entirely different than anything that has ever existed in the past. Most decisions were made by kings, politicians, statesmen. Politicians have opinions about everything and information about nothing in particular. So you have to ask the questions, can we build a society of sustainability?
So if you lived in a free society where everything was free,
Yes.
would you want to work for free, give your services and skills for free? You would?
Yes.
To better understand the meaning of a resource-based economy, picture an island somewhere in the South Pacific. Once you do a survey of the resources of that island, that can best be the method for determining how many people it will support. All other systems will fail. It has to be global. If it's not global, if you have most of the resources and most of the building equipment and most of the automated machinery and most of the arable land and most of the drinking water, countries that do not have that will attempt to invade your country and take what they need. So you really need technical competence in order to arrive at decisions that make sense. In the rebuilding of cities throughout the world, you have to consider how far those cities are from resources. If the cities are near that source, then it becomes more efficient, so people will have access to more things than they've ever had in a monetary system. When you live in a false society that bases its wealth upon money, then that society itself will collapse eventually if you don't declare all the Earth's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people and bring all the separate nations together in one unified system. There is no solution other than that.
We all have equal right and responsibility to global resources. The only way we can achieve these rights and responsibilities is to create a system that allows all people access to decision-making processes and equality of access to goods and services.